Hello, I'm Nigel Lithgow, and this is The Enemy Within, where one of our 5 contestants has been given all of the answers to today's questions. If they're not unmasked at the end of the show, they will leave with everyone else's winnings, which is why they're called The Enemy. Let's meet our contestants. Darren Cohen from London, Carolyn Burrows from Accrington, Danny Ward from Stockton-on-Tees, Claire Griffiths from Hertfordshire, and David Weller from Tamworth. Now, we've never met each other before, but I feel safe to say that one of you is the enemy. Like you, I don't know who it is, but I do know that the enemy has the advantage. They have the questions, and they will have your money if you don't unmask them. Let's meet our first enemy suspect. Darren Cohen, you're an investment advisor. Let's see what you said when we asked you, when is cheating acceptable?
If you can cheat to get yourself advanced without hurting anybody else, then that's when I believe cheating is acceptable. But I'd never cheat on a loved one or a partner. But thinking about it, if you can cheat in an exam and get away with it, I'd certainly do that, because that obviously doesn't hurt anybody else.
I'm sure you won't consider taking money off 4 complete strangers as hurting them. So, Darren Cohen, are you the enemy?
I'm definitely not the enemy, Nigel.
Then I'll ask you 3 questions. Each one of them is worth £25. If you give me an incorrect answer or pass on it, I'll throw it open for a bonus. And remember, although you'll be answering your own questions today, it's how other people answer theirs that will give you clues as to whether or not they're the enemy. Let's start round 1. Who provided the vocal for Bob the Builder's Christmas #1, Can We Fix It?
I don't know.
Throwing it open. Carolyn.
Neil Morrissey.
Correct. To steam enthusiasts, what is the Flying Scotsman?
It's a train.
It is a train, a locomotive? Absolutely. In June 2001, who succeeded Robin Cook as Foreign Secretary?
Jack Straw.
Correct. Is that a guess?
It was a guess.
It was a very good guess, Darren. Let's move to our second enemy suspect. Carolyn Burrows is a business administrator. Let's see what she said when we asked her, would you cheat to win?
Yes, and I have done. When I was little, I was put in for the 10-metre swimming award, and I used my arms to make it look as though I was swimming across, but actually my feet were dragging along the bottom, but my instructor didn't notice, and I still got my certificate at the end.
Well, you can't drag your feet today, Carolyn. You must find that enemy, or you will go home with absolutely nothing. Unless, of course, you are the enemy. Carolyn Burrows, are you the enemy?
No chance, Nigel.
Your 3 questions. In imperial measure, 1,760 yards make what?
1 mile.
Correct. Directed by Ang Lee, which martial arts epic won 4 Academy Awards in 2000?
Enter the Dragon.
Throwing it open. Darren.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Absolutely right. Barnum and Bailey are famous for what?
Musicals.
Throwing it open. Darren.
Circuses.
Absolutely. Let's move to our third enemy suspect. Danny Ward's a media student. Let's see what he said when we asked him, do you believe in cheating?
Yes, I do. I think that it's something that's innate in humans. It's something that we can do. Not all people do, but we can utilise it to our advantage. And I think that's what separates us from animals. And I think if it's there, I would use it and I would cheat to win.
Danny, you've been totally open with your fellow contestants today. You would cheat to win. Danny Ward, are you the enemy?
No, Nigel, it's not me.
Your 3 questions. Who designed Liz Hurley's famous safety pin gown?
Christian Dior.
Throwing it open. Claire.
Versace.
Versace is correct. In which establishment would you normally expect to find a Gideon's Bible?
A church.
Throwing it open. Darren.
Hotel.
A hotel, correct. AG is the chemical symbol for what, Danny?
Gold.
Throwing it open. Carolyn.
Silver.
It is silver. Nothing right, Danny. Let's move to our 4th enemy suspect. Claire Griffiths is a primary school teacher. Let's see what she said when we asked her, do you think cheats are born or made?
I think cheating comes naturally to people. It certainly comes naturally to me. I've cheated from when I was very young. I used to play drafts with my granddad and used to move the pieces out of the way when he wasn't looking, and I won every time. So I think you are born a cheat, and therefore I'll carry on cheating.
Another open cheat before us. Claire Griffiths. Are you the enemy?
No, Nigel, do I look like an enemy?
Your 3 questions. In 1989, the Bangles' hit Eternal Flame referred to the Memphis grave of which rock star? Throwing it open. Danny.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley. What name is given to the fruit of the blackthorn tree?
Olive?
Throwing it open. Danny.
Is it blackberry?
No, it's a slowberry. Which Swiss hero is said to have used a crossbow to shoot an apple from his son's head?
I don't know.
Carolyn.
William Tell.
William Tell is right. You don't know the William Tell story?
Unfortunately not.
Let's move to our final enemy suspect, David Weller, a marriage registrar. Let's see what you said when we asked you, do you believe in cheating?
I hate cheating. I once played a game of tennis against a fellow who was cheating by forgetting the score and calling balls out. I decided to confront him, not verbally, but by letting my tennis do the talking, and I won in 2 sets.
Well, you'll need to spot the enemy today in order to confront them, and you will need to do that if you're going to go home with any money today. Unless, of course, you are the enemy. David Weller. Are you the enemy?
No, not in any way, shape or form.
Your 3 questions, David. Who topped the December 2001 UK singles chart with Gotta Get Through This?
No idea.
Throwing it open. Claire.
Daniel Bedingfield.
Correct. From which European country did Mozambique achieve independence in 1975?
France?
Throwing it open. Well, the enemy has decided not to answer that question. The answer was Portugal. And David, you've travelled a great deal, haven't you?
Yeah.
To something like 50 countries.
Yep.
And you didn't know that answer.
Mostly in Asia and Oceania.
Your 3rd question. Who went from Smack the Pony to star in Rescue Me in 2002?
Don't know.
Throwing it open. Claire.
Mel Gibson?
No, it was Sally Phillips. It's the end of that round, and I'm not going to reveal your running totals at this point. Only our viewers at home can see those. All I will tell you is that Darren is currently in the lead. Now, is that because he's clever and knows the answers, or is that because he's cheating and has been given the answers? You must decide.